You know, they say it takes 21 days to build a habit, but what if you could completely change the game in just 1 week? What if a single week could be that turning point you've been waiting for? Today, we're going to break down 5 super simple habits that can kickstart a real transformation in just 7 days. Let's get into it.
Does this sound familiar to you? You wake up, you're already tired. You spend the day chasing distractions, you make all these promises to yourself, and then you break them. It's this cycle that so many of us get caught in. We want to change, right? But without a clear place to start, we just end up feeling completely stuck.
And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of it. Real change isn't something that just happens to you. It's not about getting lucky. It's an active process. It's a series of choices you make every single day. So, what are those choices?
All right, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to talk about the power of a 7-day focus. Then we'll dive right into the 5 habits, starting small, being consistent, cutting out distractions, putting your health first, and tracking your wins to build up that confidence. First up, and you really need to hear this, just start with one single habit. The absolute biggest mistake people make is trying to change everything all at once. It's just a fast track to burnout.
Okay, so this slide shows 2 totally different ways to go about it. On the left, you've got the overhaul trap. This is what most of us do, right? We try to fix everything at once, and it just leads to feeling overwhelmed. But on the right, that's the momentum method. You just pick one small thing you can do every day. The goal isn't some huge result, not at first. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can show up. It's all about building that self-trust one day at a time.
I mean, take James Clear, the guy who wrote Atomic Habits. Before he was this huge best-selling author, you know what he did? He didn't set out to write a masterpiece. He just committed to writing one single page a day. That's it. That tiny, repeated action is what built his discipline and, well, eventually his entire career. It's just perfect proof that small things done over and over lead to massive results.
So that leads us right into our second habit, building daily consistency. You see, we often sit around waiting for motivation to strike. But here's the thing, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. What you really need is discipline, and discipline is like a muscle. You build it through repetition, especially on the days you really don't feel like doing it.
And one of the best examples of this comes from the comedian Jerry Seinfeld. He didn't become one of the most successful comedians ever by waiting for some flash of genius. Nope, he used a really simple but powerful system to make sure he wrote jokes every single day. His one and only rule? Don't break the chain.
And the method itself, it's so incredibly simple. You pick your one task. You get a big physical wall calendar, and every single day you do that task, you draw a big X over the date. After a few days, you'll have a chain of X's, and your only job becomes keeping that chain going. That visual momentum is such a powerful motivator.
Okay, habit number 3 is all about protecting your most valuable asset in today's world, your focus. Seriously, we live in an age of non-stop distraction, and if you don't actively guard your attention, every app, every website, every platform out there will just happily steal it from you.
And this is the trap, right? Your phone buzzes, you check a notification, you think, I'll just scroll for a second, and boom, an hour is gone. Poof! You felt busy, you were doing something, but did you actually make any real progress on what matters? That's the illusion of productivity that distractions create.
So let me just ask you this. What could you accomplish with 2 extra hours of deep, uninterrupted focus every day? A guy named Cal Newport wrote a whole book on this called Deep Work. His entire career is built on this one principle, carving out protected time to just think and create without any interruptions.
And look at this number, because it's pretty staggering. 2 focused hours a day adds up to 720 hours in a year. That's almost a full month of extra high-quality work that you've reclaimed, not by working harder, but just by working smarter and protecting your focus.
Now, our fourth habit is something that people usually treat like an afterthought, but really it's the engine for everything else you do. Your health isn't some side quest, it's the absolute foundation for your success. If your energy is in the tank, your ambition doesn't mean a thing.
I mean, just look at Ariana Huffington. At the absolute peak of her career, building the Huffington Post, she physically collapsed from sheer exhaustion. That moment was a wake-up call that forced her to realize, hey, no amount of success is worth sacrificing your well-being for. Health is not a luxury, it's a non-negotiable.
And this right here is such an important reframe. If you're struggling to make progress, don't immediately just blame yourself for being lazy or unmotivated. The root cause might be way simpler. You could just be running on empty.
It's amazing. When your body feels strong, your mind just follows suit.
And that brings us to our fifth and final habit, tracking your wins to build confidence. You know, confidence isn't something you're just born with. It's earned. And you earn it by collecting evidence, day after day, that you're the kind of person who follows through on your commitments.
And this is not some new idea. Centuries ago, Benjamin Franklin used a system to track his progress on 13 personal virtues he wanted to develop. He marked how he did each day on a little chart, and he could literally see his progress, reflect on it, and improve. He understood a simple truth. What gets tracked gets improved.
So you can apply this right now, today. Each day, just do one small thing that moves you forward. Then, and this is key, write it down. Acknowledge it as a win. And then at the end of the week, look back at your list. This isn't about bragging. It's about building a library of proof that you are making progress.
So there you have it. You've got the 5 habits, you've got the framework. Now it's time for your 7-day challenge. Because what happens next? Well, that's up to you.
So let's just do a super quick recap of the game plan. Number 1, start with one single habit. 2, make your actions small and consistent. 3, guard your focus like it's gold. 4, make your health a priority, not an option. And 5, track those small wins to build real earned confidence.
So, I'll leave you with this one question. What if you didn't just listen to this? What if you actually did it? What would your life look like 1 week from today if you truly committed to this? Don't wait for the perfect moment. The life you want is waiting for you on the other side of your discipline, and it all starts with one small step, right now.